We're here at Bristol's historic harbourside, next to a plot of 74 mature trees that the council wants to cut down to build luxury high-rise housing. And we're having a number of women coming here in wedding dresses to make a statement and to marry the trees, to make our vows to the trees and try to maintain this as a beautiful green space, the only green space on Bristol's historic waterside. Trees are our partners for life, because they help us breathe, they help us live, they give us oxygen. In this place, they also protect against flooding and increasing heat waves. This is part of the inner city, and we are trying to get this to be considered as part of the whole western harbourside. The council is trying to sneak through a planning permission and cut out the harbourside, this particular spot, as part of its consultation process for the western harbourside. They've even redrawn the maps. So we're here to try to draw attention and to try to get more people to understand how we can make a difference, to also look at creative ways of building housing, building in all the empty buildings, all the empty shops that are here. That's what we need to do. Bristol could lead the way. We'd like you to join our Facebook page, Save the Baltic Wharf Trees, and also we'll be putting up a petition to get the Baltic Wharf considered as part of the Western Harbourside project, so that we have 2 years to consult over this rather than rushing this through. That's what we'd like people to do. So follow us on Facebook and join us for our next action.
My name's John TARLTON. I'm going to be the best man today, and I'm going to be giving the vows on behalf of the trees. As for what this is about, well, I think it's a very important and very interesting event. But if you remember, in 2003 there was a heat wave, and during that heat wave, according to the World Health Organization, around about 70,000 people died across Europe. Most of these people were the elderly, were vulnerable, and most of them died in cities. And the reason for this is because there's a phenomenon called urban heating that happens as a result of during heat waves, such that the temperature in cities becomes a lot greater, gets a lot greater than it does elsewhere, by as much as sort of 5, 6, 7 degrees. One thing that trees are able to do is to reduce that urban heating, and because as a result of climate change these heat waves are going to be about 30 times more frequent, and they think that by the middle of this century there will actually be about 1 in every 2 years there will be a heat wave such as that. It's really important that in cities, particularly in the city centres, we hang on to whatever trees we have. We don't have enough trees. There's only about 7% tree cover in this part of Bristol and in the city centre generally, in areas like St Paul's, whereas somewhere like Clifton will be about 25%. So it's these areas where we need the trees, and although the council are replacing trees, they are planting trees around Bristol, most of those are in the suburbs. Very few of them will be in the city centre, because most of the spaces for trees are disappearing fast, and this is one of them. And this is a place where we've got an area of trees. What I'd love to happen is for that to become a public park, but there are other options as well. Currently there is, according to our mayor, and he's right to an extent, there is a housing crisis, but the housing crisis really consists of two things. There's the people of Bristol who desperately need houses, and there's also a lot of people wanting to move to Bristol, migrating from London, a lot of professional people migrating from London. And what we are suggesting is that actually they concentrate on those people who really desperately need homes. And this particular site has got something like about 60 affordable or social housing units being built. And the number of normal commercial units is more than twice that. So what we're suggesting is one of the things they could do, if they don't want to turn it into an urban park, they could perhaps just build those houses that are suitable for affordable homes and social housing and so on. And by doing that, they'll be able to actually just build around the trees that are there already. The other thing, of course, you could do is just leave it as a caravan park, which would be perfectly adequate as well.
I think it's just a travesty that caravan site's been here since '86, when it was pretty much derelict and brought money and tourism in, and has continued to do so every day of the year since '86, and now it's closing. Demand is off the clock currently, and yet, so the demand's here, the tourism here, the money's here, but it's closing. Very sad.
We just got to stand up and together. It's amazing when people come together, and it gives a message to those people that are out there, the government or whoever decides to knock down these trees, that it's important. We need these trees to breathe, to live. It's our nature, it's our life source. They are our community, they are our family. So I hope we can save the trees here. Thank you.
We are gathered to pledge you our support and protection. We call upon all the spirits of this place to aid us and protect the trees. We call upon the invisible benign powers and all the tree-loving, bird-loving, sky-loving gods to aid us and protect the trees. We call upon the spirits of all directions, the powers above us, the powers below us, the powers within us, to strengthen and support us to protect the trees. We call upon all, visible and invisible, who love the wilderness, to aid us now. We ask chance and good fortune and a fair following wind to favour our endeavours. In the name of all that is holy in nature, let these trees live, let these trees flourish, let no harm come to them. Long life, honey in the heart, no evil. 13 thank yous.
Indeed, so be it.
I am the heat of your hearth on the cold winter nights, the friendly shade screening you from the summer sun, and my fruits are refreshing draughts, quenching your thirst as you journey on. I am the beam that holds your house, the board of your table, the bed on which you lie, and the timber that builds your boat. I am the handle of your hoe, the door of your homestead, the wood of your cradle, and the shell of your coffin. I am the bread of kindness and the flower of beauty. Those who pass by, listen to my prayer. Harm me not. Blessed be.
सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दना मृत्यो मोक्ष्यमामृता श्रीमन्मा गणपतये नमः गुरुभ्यो नमः परमात्मा गुरुभ्यो नमः लक्ष्मी नारायणभ्यो नमः नमः उमा महेश्वराय नमः शशिपुरंजय मातृ पितृ चरण कमलभ्यो नमो नमः ब्रह्मा मुरारी त्रिपुरान्तकारी भानु शशि भूमि सुतो बुधस्य गुरु शुक्र समिराम केतव सर्वग्रह प्रतिकार भवन्तु ओम एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात् ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्.
I've created the ceremony, and it's about supporting and honouring all trees as well as these trees. I think all trees are precious, and they're just inherent to we just have a symbiotic relationship with them, and often they get cut down without a thought and the assumption that you can just plant some more somewhere else.
We've come together to celebrate the symbolic marriage of these gorgeous women to the beautiful trees whose pictures they are holding. So if you could hold up your pictures for a moment. Raise them right up above your head. Go on, let's see these trees. And to anybody passing through, feel free to be a member of our wedding party. Okay, whilst it is the trees of the campsite behind us that are imminently under threat from developers, this wedding is also about making a larger commitment to all the trees, because trees are our partners for life. Okay, so let's take a moment to picture a tree, or trees that are in or have been in your life. So you might want to just close your eyes and just visualize a tree from your childhood or recent history. So there are many things. So maybe you've been sheltered from the rain by a tree, lying underneath and gazing up at the sky as it glints through the sun-dappled leaves, foraging for apples. Breathe out. As you breathe out, let go and give the carbon dioxide back so they may breathe deeply into their every tree cell. Experience the connection you have through the breath. We all have a real life-supporting partnership. As you all share this connection, I would now like to invite Suzanne to read our second poem of the day.
Oh, this is so amazing. It's days like this that will stay in my heart, because we can make the changes. I really feel that from being here with you all. Such beautiful, incredible gatherings that we've got. Come forth and let us, through our hearts, receive the joy of verdure. See the honeyed lime showers cool green light o'er banks where wild flowers weave thick tapestry, and woodline tendrils climb up the brown oak from buds of moss and thyme. The rich deep masses of the sycamore hang heavy with the fullness of their prime, and the white poplar from its foliage hoar scatters forth gleams like moonlight with each gale that sweeps the boughs. The chestnut flowers are past, the crowning glories of the hawthorn fail, but arches of sweet eglantine are cast from every hedge. Oh, and never, never may we lose, dear friend, our fresh delight in simplest nature's hues.
Poem is written by C.S. Lewis, and it was written in the 30s. It's called The Future of Forestry. How will the legend of the age of trees feel when the last tree falls in England? When the concrete spreads and the town conquers the country's heart, when contraceptive tarmac laid where farm has faded. Tramline flows where slept a hamlet, and shop fronts, blazing without a stop from Dover to Rath, have glazed us over. Simplest tales will then bewilder the questioning children. What was a chestnut? Say what it means to climb a beanstalk. Tell me, grandfather, what an elm is. What was autumn? They never taught us. Then, told by teachers, once from mold came growing creatures of lower nature, able to live and die, though neither beast nor man, and around them breathing excellent clothing, breathing sunlight. Half understanding their ill-acquainted fancy will tint their wonder paintings. Trees, as men walking, wood romances of goblins stalking in silky green, of milk-sheen froth upon the lace of hawthorns. Pallor in the face of birch girl, so shall a homeless time, though dimly catch from afar, for soul is watchful, a sight of tree-delighted Eden.
VANDNA. Eugenia with her bridesmaids Naya and Ivy. Aisha. Amy. I've got VANDNA again here. Lucille. Kim. Mel. Step forward. Katie. Woo! Jade. Aria. Julia. MEHTA. Vina. Wendy. Caroline. Yeah, Caroline's over there. Lindsay. Torty. Tara. Gabby. Lou. Anita. Andrea. Megan. Gail. Suzanne. I think we have Michelle. Kirby. Tenzin. Georgia. Oh, there's some more names on the back, sorry. Sue Jenkins. Susan. And bridesmaid Nina. Joe. Alice. Freya. Isabel. Helen. Josephine. Kathy. Lady. Debbie. Stacey. Sam. Kirsten. Kate. Nikki. Jill. Woo!
Trees are tall, trees are small. Trees have flowers, colors are more. Trees are red, green, yellow. Types of leaves. Trees blow nicely in a beautiful breeze. Trees can talk if you talk to them. They never hold back and listen. They're very kind if you're very kind to them. I love trees. Do you love them? I love trees, and so do the bees. Trees are calm. Trees are green and colourful. Red, yellow, orange, dark green. Trees they have different types of leaves as they blow in the breeze. They can be tall or small, fat or thin, old and young, and a whole lot of fun.
So I'm going to read out the vows on behalf of the trees, and this is what they say. Speak up. First and last, I promise to be your friend for as long as I live. I promise to provide for you the oxygen that gives you life. I will keep you cool when it is hot, and I will keep you warm when it is cold. I will clean the air that you breathe and bring quietness and peace to your life. I, with my brothers and sisters, promise to help guard your planet against the ravages to come. I cannot promise you happiness, but I can promise that you will be happier with me than without me. But I am not just a tree, I am a community of life, a world and a home to many creatures, a place to pause and a place to rest. And should I die, I will do so knowing that my life was part of the greatest ever cause to save our world for humanity and countless other species. Should I die, I do so in the hope that my life has helped those that value nature more than profit, those that look to future generations and not just short-term gain. Should I die, I will do so in silence, as I have no voice, but 1,000 voices will cry out that my death will not be in vain. Thank you.
Okay, so it's your turn now, brides. This is your moment. So I want you to remember that breath and just send to yourself. You've brought vows with you perhaps, or maybe there's something spontaneous. So this is kind of going to be like a vow murmuration. So if you'd all like to just start gently saying your vows to the trees now, and we'll just stop when I hear the last murmuration end. And if everybody can just be hushed for the moment. I think the murmuration has come to an end. I'm just trying to listen. So thank you. And I now pronounce you partners for life.
शांति अंतरिक्ष पृथ्वी शांति शांतिरोषधयः शांति वनस्पतयः शांति विश्वदेवा शांति ब्रह्मा शांति सर्वगम शांति रेदि ओम शांति शांति शांति. Translates. May there be peace in heaven. May there be peace in sky. May there be peace on earth. May there be peace in waters. May there be peace in plants. May there be peace in trees. May there be peace in all divinities. May there be peace in Brahman. May there be peace all of all. May there be peace come to me. Om, peace, peace, peace.
And I'd like to just say a big thank you for SUZAN for today. And I believe there's some other people to thank.
Thank you everybody for coming. You all look gorgeous. And thank you especially to ANITA and to SUZAN and to John and Roland and Peter and Nick and from the M32 Maples campaign. The Tree. This was written by a mystical clergyman in the 19th century. The Tree. I love thee when thy swelling buds appear, and one by one their tender leaves unfold, as if they knew that warmer suns were near, nor longer sought to hide from winter's cold. And when with darker growth thy leaves are seen to veil from view the early robin's nest, I love to lie beneath thy waving screen, with limbs by summer's heat and toil oppressed. And when the autumn winds have stripped thee bare, and round thee lies the smooth untrodden snow, when naught is thine that made thee once so fair, I love to watch thy shadowy form below, and through thy leafless arms to look above, on stars that brighter beam when most we need their love. This is the last green space left on the harbourside. The harbourside is a Bristol heritage spot. This is a heritage from the past, but we need to leave a heritage for the future, and we need to save this green space. It doesn't need, we can't afford to lose the trees. We need trees much more than we need luxury apartments. If there are going to be council flats, why don't they build them in the empty office blocks, in the empty shops? People shop online now, the shopping centres the shops are empty. Why don't they turn those into housing and save this beautiful green space for our children and our grandchildren? If you care about these particular 74 trees, you can object to the planning. The information about that is on the Facebook page. And just in general, love the trees that are around you and plant trees at every opportunity. They take a lifetime to grow, so you're planting them for the future. Thank you.
This is my bouquet for the trees. So here I've got some beautiful rosemary for remembrance. Very powerful earth magic here. May we all remember the trees. We've got some buddleia, some food for the bees, some sage for the wise knowledge, the deep wisdom that trees bring, and some traveller's joy to spread the seeds of life everywhere. And finally, some curry for all the different biodiversity. So to all our celebrities, thank you. This is the only bit of green space all along the harbourside. Yeah. What a wonderful opportunity to save these trees. And if I'm going to get married, it's going to be to someone who treats me well. And trees treat us well, they treat us all well, they look after us and help us to survive. Without trees and all the associated insects and bees and bugs and bee-crawlies, all of those things, all the mycelium, especially love the mycelium, deep down in those roots, all the lichen, all the moss, furry strokey bits, all the beautiful things that trees give us. It's just a wonderful thing. And I've married a lime, and I especially love a cup of lime flower tea, so I'm going to think of my husband every time I sit down at night in bed with a bit of my husband. Woohoo! It's quite racy, isn't it?
Offer these as a blessing to water, our partner in life. Life is impermanent.
Absolutely. Nothing is permanent.
Trees are long-standing and long-living. Trees are our partners for life.